Well, let's find out. First off, bring the army back north. And also bringing down some villagers to start building me some markets. So, I'm not gonna lie, at this point, Elan is not as threatening. They've been mostly sending out catapults and the, what are they called? Cavalry archers. Again, it's still Rome. That is the biggest issue. The illusionaries, the centurions. Trying to think of what to do, like maybe build off walls and whatnot. But like, the trebuchets and everything else, and they have so many of them. Thankfully my castle didn't go down, but my castle got hit hard. And they always have so many units. Like, those elite legionaries are ridiculous. Can I pause the in for a second? Lock the view. No. I don't think they have any. Well, the Centurions have 21 attack. Like, I think that might be even more than the Teutonic Knights. And the Elite Centurion has 24 attack, 6 in melee defense, and 7 in pierce defense. They are ridiculously strong. Yeah, thankfully, though, despite the fact that Lon saw me down there, they don't do anything. And yeah. If anything, I guess my only advice for you might be to wall off the western part of the river, so that any attack has to come from the top. Unless they break down the gate. That would, essentially stop Elan from any sneak attacks and whatnot. As well as give you that, again, the opportunity to know, okay, I only have to worry about attacks from the top, meaning I could just fill the castle up here. Which, maybe that's something that'll happen later on. You'll see. Yeah, meanwhile, I'm trying to get all my economy back up. I got 21 people on wood, 27 on food. I got like 20 trade carts going on about, but no stone. Stone is a little bit hard to find on this one. I am honestly surprised, though, that the Ostrogoths are still alive. Like, on my first few attempts on this one, the Ostrogoths got destroyed by Western Rome, so I'm surprised they were left alone for the most part. Alright, there we go. I'm getting myself a bunch of trade... I'm trying to get myself a bunch of trade cards set up, because again, I need trade. And yep, here comes Elan again. Again, catapults, cavalry archers. Nothing too difficult, but you can also see the Roman Empire guys coming out here, because they're trying to build anything to everything, really, just to get in the way. I do recommend keeping an eye on the map, because, like, right there, you can see blue coming down, and they're likely going to come after me. So, knowing that, also, yeah. Rome really loves to keep building buildings all over the place. Especially near my base. And yeah, thankfully I looked at the map and I'm like, hold on, I see stuff out here, and I was able to catch all of these scorpions and trebuchets off guard before they can do anything to me. Thank goodness. And yeah, I think I was like, okay, let's part 1, let's explore around a little bit, destroy anything out here, and part 2, get rid of Elan. I'm leaving the hussars around because they should hopefully be able to handle things. And yeah, Rome, get out of here. Also, yeah, there's still Frankish units out and about, surprised by that one. And yeah, my base is getting attacked again. And unfortunately, hussars are cheap, but they're not all that powerful. I think this is when, yeah. Again, with what I got, the knight line and the cavalry archers can deal with pretty much everything that these guys throw at me. The trebuchets can deal with the castles, so with this, we have what we need to defeat them. It's just, 1, having enough numbers, 2, playing strategically enough to actually do it. And it's very annoying that all of the... like, every second. Like, yes, I know I'm getting attacked. Although, I'm thinking most of these are coming from my base. I'm probably getting attacked by Centurions and Legionaries every so often. But there we go. The castle is gone. Their main threat is gone. Now it's just ransack the base. And honestly, with that castle gone, they're not much of a threat. We're inside their base, so they can't just easily deal with us. And the more that we destroy, the less they got. And the less they got, the less they can build. And eventually, Elan will fall. And yeah, no, my guys don't get any attacks, so it's just all the attacks that are happening in the battle at Elan. Just, you know, like, also my units would just stop working for whatever reason, and I don't know why. Also, yeah, keep an eye on the NPCs, make sure they're not building themselves another castle or whatnot. I'm also going to say, do keep an eye on your Ostrogoth's allies, because you don't want them getting destroyed. Especially if you're going to be relying on trade like I am, because if my trade routes are gone, I'm screwed. Unless I decided to keep the Elan or the Visigoths market, I'm screwed. But yeah, at this point you can already see Elan has not much really to put up a fight with, so soon enough, with all the units and whatnot destroyed. They still got a town center, but that's not going to last long. Yeah, it's 2 trebuchets and a good amount of knights. I did lose a lot of units. Like, don't... I will not, like, play it off like, oh, I'm invincible. No. I lost a lot of units, but I did so much more damage to them than would be necessary. And, yep, there we go. Elan is finally defeated. There we go. 2 of the 3 down. Only Rome is last, and oh god. My Ostrogoth's allies... Yeah, Ostrogoth's allies are getting attacked, and I need them alive. I want them alive. So I'm setting up my units up there to give them a hand. They have a chance of coming back, and actually if I slow the game down a little bit... They still have units. They still have some villagers left. As long as they have some villagers left, they can come back. And one thing that I did... Can I go to... Hold on for a second. Yeah, they still have plenty of food and whatnot, so they can always build more villagers as long as their villagers survive. What the heck is going on? Oh, that would be because it's the AI. Always going from, like, location A to location B. As long as they have villagers, and as long as they survive... Hold on. I was wondering if I could see their build orders, but no. I was gonna say, as long as they have villagers and whatnot being made, they will survive. They will come back, and we will be victorious. But yeah, you can just see they got a lot of units. However, well, they had a lot of units. We destroyed a lot of them, but they also lost their market, which is again why I want to make sure and try to keep these guys alive. However, Rome is the only guys left in battle, so as long as I can keep them at bay, we'll be fine. They built themselves another market, which I am incredibly happy about. They got villagers out and about. So honestly, they can rebuild. Now comes the issue of how do I deal with Rome? And I'm gonna say I don't know if my strategy is perfect, but it worked. How about we actually look at what does Rome have in terms of resources? They got a ton of everything. They don't have their population up at max, but they had a lot of stuff out and about. They got a lot of nice centurions and everything else. But everything is kind of grouped up right here. We get rid of the lock. If we can just build castles, we might be able to lock them in. So say a castle right there, a castle over there, because they got a lot of hills. Maybe a castle over here. We can wall them in and slowly encroach upon their base to get rid of them. They do have some more stuff over here. And yeah, that's just how they work. I believe I found them later on, but we'll find out. Get my units back. Oh yeah, you can also put your own units inside an ally's castle, which is great if you want them to get healed up. And yeah, speaking of the castles, that's why I had units going, villagers going up that way to start getting me stone. Because if I can get stone, I can build castles, and castles I can wall them off. The other thing was that I did want to actually wall off the rivers so that the enemies could not easily get to me. And yeah, here we go. This is when I started finding the barracks again, because there's always another barracks. And again, I'm using hussars, which are not the best, but since the trade got disrupted, I didn't have money. And I'm not gonna lie, when the Ostrogoths got attacked, my biggest fear was, oh no, I don't have gold. If I don't have gold, I can't produce knights, and I can't produce, well, I can't produce a lot of things unless I start selling resources. That means I'm not gonna be easy, it's not gonna be easy to amass the knight lines or the cavalry archers, so I'm gonna be relying on hussars, and I'm like, that is not gonna go well for me. I mean, I could go for like hussars and the halbs, but I'm like, I don't have space in that one. And there we go, I put a castle up there, a defensive castle. One, it lets me know when the enemy is attacking, because, oh god, I'm getting attacked again. And I honestly was afraid this could be the end. Because what do I got? I got Hussars. They are fast, they have a good amount of health, but they are not all that strong in terms of attack or defense. So I didn't have any faith, but I'm honestly surprised they survived. I did not have any hopes to even do that. However, that attack destroyed me. I honestly remember my first thought being, hey, what happened to my castle? And then just looked away for a second, because it must have gotten destroyed by the trebuchets, and then I came back to my base getting attacked. I'm like, oh god, I cannot lose now. I'm so far into this. I have 2 of the 3 defeated. I can't lose now. Oh. I'm not gonna lie, that was just kind of like a rebuilding and just, I guess, planning. And I'm like, oh god, like, I can't afford to get attacked like that again. Realm keeps killing all these bears all over the place. They keep sneaking their villagers in, so I need to do something. Yeah, speaking of the devil, there's a villager right there. Also, I was getting myself a bunch of stone. Because again, I wanted to build more castles. Yeah, I was building castles. Let's actually slow this down a little bit. Let's slow it down, that long. So if you see over here, I'm building stone walls over there. And was I doing the same thing? No, not here yet. But I'm building walls. This way, we have to get rid of the fog for a second. I'm like, okay, I know they keep building stuff over here. So they can only get over here through 2 ways. One is over this way. And the other one, well, that's the first one. Second one is this way. And last is over this way where all of these legionnaires are now coming from. If I can just wall off those 2, the only way Rome can get to me is either possibly getting in from the south through a gate or coming up this way. So, I decided I would get rid of that. Put the fog back on and go back to this. And yeah, we're getting attacked again. A lot of videos at trebuchet, everything else should not be too difficult. And yeah, there you go. You got the, I think the petards is what they're called? Just being annoying, but yes. This defensive castle, I'm going to say, was the right decision, because it took the fighting away from my base, meaning my villagers aren't getting distracted, and they're not getting killed, and I can deal with all of them down there. That being said, I also need to be moving them, so that I need to be moving units around, and building more structures up north. Because having them go all the way down south, all the way up north is not good. Also, I just love how all these trade cards just go out and about, moving like ants. We got a good amount of gold from this as well. I think it's like... Can I actually see that if I... No. Can I see how much gold we're getting? 70. So yeah, that's... I think before I had a better thing of gold, but... I mean, 70 is still good, especially with all those guys. I got 46... units getting me gold. Now, some are gold miners, but the other ones are trade cards. So, gold is coming in fast, but you can also see, I have a lot of people on gold, and I'm spending it so freaking fast. Look at the food as well. I have a ton of wood, though. Like, wood is something you never have to worry about in this Wonder Space and everything. Also, there's a Frankish monastery up there. I'm like, let's attack it and see if something happens. It would have been nice if there was a relic in there, but... no dice. And yeah, because I walled off the other way, it's the only way the villagers can come up is through this way, meaning I walled them off. Oh, and another thing... I think this might have happened before. I think I tried attacking the... Yeah, I tried attacking these guys. But it cost me everything except for these 2 trebuchets. So I still had these 2 trebuchets over here. I had 2 trebuchets... Well, a trebuchet? I said I had more than one. No, I have a trebuchet up there. I'm like, okay. Let's start focusing on destroying these guys. One is... I was going to originally attack, but when I saw all these units coming out of the woodwork, I'm like, okay, no. And again, I wasn't sure if I could win this. But considering everything that just happened, 1, I did win. But 2, I'm like, okay, like, that cost me a lot of units. I need to plan, and that's what I started doing. And also, oh my god, that singing trebuchet one-shot at my trebuchet when it was unpacked because I wasn't paying attention. That's so rude. Either way, I'm like, okay, let's get up here. Let's build stables, let's build archery ranges, and also let's build a castle. Because at this point, we're now on the offensive. They're on the back foot. So let's, like, try and strike from the jugular, try to stop them from expanding, and just win this thing already. Because now, this is definitely the end game. And when we get these buildings set up, it is game over. Rome won't have anything going for it. And with the strategy I have going after this, they had 0 chances of winning. Now, some might be like, well, this is a tough mission, that makes it a good mission, extremely hard fought, and that's up to you. There's a difference between a challenge and an annoyance. I found this to be so annoying that it wasn't fun. Which was my issue. And there we go, that castle's up there, those things are protected. And now I'm bringing my villagers around, because I'm just going to start building more castles. Again, well, I could try and wall them off with central walls. I'm going to wall them off as castles. The only way they're going to get to me is by doing that. I actually bought myself more stone, because I'm like, I'm making sure that no villager slips by, able to do anything. Now, granted, if they actually had expanded, this would not have worked so easily. But, I mean, destroying the castles, destroying their stuff, they are very much damaged. Actually, we slow the game down. And there's normal speed. Let me also get rid of the view lock. They still have a ton of resources. They don't have gold, though. And I think that's the issue. I think these guys ran out of gold. What? Oh, that was a tree. Because they ran out of gold, they weren't producing any units. They couldn't do their centurions, they couldn't do their legions. They don't even have any gold on the map. It's not around this area to mine out. All they got is wood. And I think this is what was ultimately their downfall. They ran out of gold, they couldn't defend themselves, and therefore it caused me the victory. Right now, it's just pretty much just destroying everything. We got the castles up there, so they can't, unless a villager can sneak by, they're not getting by. We're destroying all this stuff. They have no use to defend themselves. The only thing they got to fight me off are towers and their town center. So, yeah, there was a ton of villagers right there. I'm like, oh, no, get them. Don't let them slip away. But yeah, you can just see at this point, I don't know why the Franks... Oh, but there we go. They're defeated. The Roman ally lies scattered. I couldn't read the rest of that fast enough. But yes, I do have the outro recorded, so let's get to that.
It was a catastrophic battle. One of the largest and greatest the world has ever seen. The stream was turned to a torrent by the rushing of blood. I pity those that were forced to slake their thirst from it. Cadavera vero innumera, the Romans said afterwards. Truly countless bodies. Perhaps 300,000 men were left dead on the Catalonian fields. It is said the ghosts of those killed continued to fight for several days. I passed within inches of the fell Hun king as he stalked the battlefield, trying to determine which of his chieftains and allies yet lived. When he found me, huddled beneath my shield, I made my peace with God. But Attila did not seek my decapitation. He saw that I was a holy man and ordered me to join his retinue of foreign advisors. That is how you know so much of the Huns, I offered. The priest nodded. Despite the carnage, the outcome of the legendary battle was unclear. Attila had lost much of his cavalry, but the Roman army would never recover from its losses. For a time, no one knew if the Hunnic king would continue to pursue the hand of Honoria. But what of the prophecy, I asked? Did Aetius die on the battlefield? Nay, it was Theodoric the Goth, not Aetius, who died and fulfilled the prophecy. Aetius knew that if he utterly destroyed the Huns, then the Visigoths would have no need for a Roman alliance, and Rome would face yet another barbarian threat. And so, Aetius retired from military life, hoping that the outcome of the Catalonian fields would leave the Huns and Goths in a stalemate. He hoped he had done enough to save his empire. He had not.
And, well, here we can see everything. I win by the most amount of everything. By military, but then again, if we go by military, I killed 1,000 units on this. The Ostrogoths killed 100, Rome killed almost 700, the Visigoths 73, Alans 59. I lost over 560 units. Rome lost almost 600. That is disgusting. Now granted, I'm surprised that I lost less than Rome, but like... Oh... I destroyed 114 buildings. Rome destroyed 39. I lost 16 buildings. They lost, yeah, 57, 23. No monks at all for this one. And an army size of 85 at one point. I am surprised that they only had an army size of 69. That does not seem right. I mean, a largest army of 69. That does not seem right. I feel like they definitely had a bigger army than that. If we go by the economy, I collected the most amount of food, stone, and gold. But Rome got the most amount of wood. Alright, not by a whole lot, but they technically did get it. It's a trade. The trade is what saved me. Also, yeah, Rome did not produce a lot of gold. Meaning that all the units that they had that were requiring gold, likely would all had to have come from the beginning of the game. If we go by technologies... Yeah, Rome was already in the Imperial Age. I think these guys were only in the Castle Age? That's why they didn't send out anything else. If we go by society... Yeah, I kept building castles at one point. I just was so annoyed. No relics. I'm surprised by that one, though. And, yeah, here's the timeline. You can just see all that. Oh, yeah. This was an annoying mission, to say the very least. But it's over with now. It's over with now.